Hey YouTube, in this video I'm going to be doing deck profile on my Granblue deck. Granblue is one of the most fun decks to play, in my opinion. It's also budget friendly, with the exception of I guess the Sentinel. Although I got mine a long time ago, so that was never much of an issue. But yeah, Granblue is one of those weird, interesting clans. The toolbox it uses is the drop zone, which is an excellent toolbox in my opinion. Probably the best one, especially since I guess with season 4 we're moving more toward mid game focus and filling up the drop zone to be able to do Legion. So Granblue is gonna probably get a lot stronger than they are right now, but we'll see. So I'm still running my reverse build. I changed up the lineup a little bit. Grade 3 lineup is 3 Ice Prison, Hades Emperor Cocytus reverse. A lot of people don't like this guy. They say only run like 2 or 1 of this. I think he is better than people think or people say. And then 2 Ice Prison Necromancer Cocytus. You can run 3 of these and 2 of those if you want. I prefer him because he's an 11k body. I'm not running the Superior Ride build with the Cocytus support. I just left it out and just run the grade 3s. But you can do that if you want to attempt to play around with that lineup. And then the next grade 3 is 3 Lord of the Seven Seas Nightmist. This is the Granblue Break Ride. 4 copies of this is good. This is one of their best Vanguards to ride. Ideally, what I like to do, Granblue is also one of those clans that I tend to like ride grade 3 multiple times in the match. So what I like to do is either ride him first or him. So let's say you ride him first, then you can break ride Cocytus on him. This becomes 20,000. You get to call like what 3 things. He calls something, and this thing calls 2 things. So yeah, so you spam the field, draw a bunch of cards, a bunch of stuff happens, and then later on I like to cross ride. That's usually the lineup I like to go. I like to break ride Cocytus on Nightmist and then cross ride. But you could always just, it depends on what you draw into obviously, but you could always just break ride reverse. You could ride him first, then ride this guy, and then cross break ride technically. So there's a lot of different ways to play. That's why I like to run 3 of the break ride as opposed to just 4 of it. And the deck does have quite a bit of draw power. Next, 3 Ruin Shade. It's a really important card. 3 is the perfect amount of this. 4 I think is a little too much milling. 2 is probably not enough. You won't see that card enough in your matches. And then 3-star Chef Pietro. He is your damage unflipper. And then 3 Dragon Corrode Corrupt Dragon. I originally was running 4 of these, down to 3 to make room for something else. That being Commodore Blueblood, and I'm running 2 of him. So the thing that changed here is I took one of those out, added one of these, then I took out a Chappie the Ghostie and put another grade 2 in. So I'm back up to 11 grade 2s. So the grade ratio, like I'm not going to run into that weird situation where you're stuck at grade 1 because you're only running 10 grade 2s. So the ratio, so I improved the consistency, the ride consistency, basically, with this revised build. So yeah, Commodore Blueblood's in there just because he's 10k vanilla. And then 2 Dandy Guy Romario, he's in there also, he's 8k vanilla. So this right here hits magic numbers, so that's kind of why those 2 are just randomly in there. 1 Evil Shade, same effect as Ruin Shade, and it becomes a 10k booster for the Vanguard. And then 3 Sea Strolling Banshee. Some people run 2 of this, and then they run the I forgot what it was called, but it's the guy, you place it on R, Soul Blast 2, draw a card. I tend to just prefer to run this and just get your draws from the drop zone, because just get your draw effect from the drop zone because it's Soul Blast 1 as opposed to Soul Blast 2. So you want to be able to conserve your resources. Granblue is one of those decks that if they can't rush the opponent down, they kind of have to be like Link Joker in the sense that they have to grind out a win. So you want to try to conserve your resources with the deck because it does move pretty fast. So you want to strategize when you want to use stuff. So really, you don't, in my opinion, you don't really need the Soul Blast 2 draw my card. I think the Sea Strolling Banshee is much better. But it's up to you. You can run it if you want. And then 3 Samurai Spirit. 3 I think is a good number. 4 is okay, but then I could, if I run 4 of him, then I can't really run Dandy Guy. So this, you will call this up by getting rid of one of these. Just because he's stronger booster. And then 4 Gust Jinn. He's a pretty cool, cool looking perfect guard. So there's 4 of him. So that's 13. So the ratio is 13 grade 1s. So that didn't really change. Really, my grade 2 and my grade 0 ratio changed. So this went up from 10 to 11. This is still at 13. 3s are at 8. And then I have, for grade 0s, I have my 1, Chappie the Ghostie. Originally I was running 2. He is a very good enabler card for the deck. He's a very good tech card. So I may consider going back to running 2 of him, but I never really liked it when I didn't have a 2 on my opening hand after Mulligan. So we'll see how it goes with him at 1. And then the trigger lineup is just the same thing as it was before. Just 12 critical, 4 heal. And the starter is still Pietro the Ghostie. A lot of people like to run Captain Night Kid. You certainly can do that. But in my opinion, Pietro the Ghostie, he gets you a card. So, yeah. He still goes into Soul. So he gets into Soul for Soul Blasting. And then you get to draw a card. And then mill 2. So in my opinion, Pietro the Ghostie is still better. More reliable. Than Captain Night Kid, where you have to, like, hopefully you get something that you can, that's good, that you want to throw in the drop zone, but, you know, it depends. So that was the deck profile. Let me know what you think of Granblue as a clan, in terms of being competitive. I think Granblue is going to get their big opportunity when they get their new, that new guy that comes out, who works really well with Nightmist. Metis, I think was his name or something. I forgot what the name was, but anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.